Hello everyone, and welcome to a very controversial video. I'm going to try and explain to you all why Ultra Instinct Goku is mid. I don't mean from a storytelling perspective because I really believe the form elevated Dragon Ball Super and cut a path for what the series would become. I also believe Toriyama has a lot more in store for the form, but that's another discussion to be had. Now, when I say Ultra Instinct Goku is mid, I'm talking about the Mastered Ultra Instinct Power Multiplier. I've seen so many people talking about Mastered UI and how it has a multiplier in the 100 billions. Of course, it probably does have some sort of multiplier since it is considered a transformation of sorts, but I would argue that it's not far behind Super Saiyan Blue. In fact, it could literally be the same as the Super Saiyan God multiplier. Now, I know what you're thinking. This guy is clearly off his meds. Goku closed the enormous gap of power between Jiren by powering up into Ultra Instinct Sign, so it must be worlds beyond the power of the multiplier of SSB. But that means the MUI has to be infinitely more powerful than Super Saiyan God. It is ridiculous to say otherwise. And my response to this is no, you poor misguided soul. That battle had nothing to do with power level. You were just so focused on scaling all the characters in the tournament power that you forgot that. There are a few very important moments that define what Jiren vs. Goku was actually about, one of them taking place long after the tournament power. In the manga, Master Roshi and Goku discuss how to keep up with Jiren. Roshi asks Goku, "What's strength mean to you?" Goku responds with a simple, "Strength? Well, even my Super Saiyan Blue can't keep up with him, so I guess I need some kind of greater power." And Master Roshi is clearly frustrated with his answer. Power, you say? Plain old fighting strength. Who the heck taught you that? Vegeta? Frieza? Then immediately after, Master Roshi uses a fighting style both Whis and Beerus are astonished at. Why? Because it's a striking resemblance to Ultra Instinct. Then Master Roshi proceeds to surprise even Jiren. He's not a Saiyan, he didn't use a transformation, and it's pretty fair to say he didn't get a multiplier. Yet, despite all this, he was able to use what was essentially a very, very rough draft of Ultra Instinct, not Master of Ultra Instinct, to combat someone much stronger. Isn't it obvious what this represents? If not, I'll just have to move on to my second example. Jiren's power was recently brought up in Dragon Ball Superhero by Vegeta, who claims that Jiren wasn't much stronger than them at the time of the tournament. He was simply much better at harnessing his energy exactly when he needed it. Key control, pressure, and a mixture of other things that aren't actually power level based. Whis also seems to agree with this. Heck, even Toriyama must agree with it because it's in the manga now too. Yes, I agree, it's a retcon, and it's super lame and kind of takes away from Jiren's absolute power thing. It even weakens the whole tournament power because it's no longer an arc about raw power versus technique and collaboration. Even if you don't like that as an argument, there's still Super Saiyan God's handling. I mean, Toriyama made the form skinnier on purpose to show that gods didn't need physical strength, and Ultra Instinct clearly looks a lot more like Super Saiyan God than Blue. Some people argue Ultra Instinct is a transformation, others argue it's technique like Kaioken. Since Goku can stack Ultra Instinct on top of Super Saiyan God, it is definitely a technique. But we also see Goku preferring to use the white-haired variant, which is also often called Mastered Ultra Instinct. And I would argue it is more of a transformation. Ultra Instinct Sign would be somewhere in between that, but this really isn't an Ultra Instinct Sign video. So, what does all that information tell you? Well, it should tell you that Ultra Instinct's power doesn't stem from a simple multiplier. It is something much greater than that for Dragon Ball. Well, at first glance, it seems like a further leap in the direction of everybody who isn't physically strong just becomes irrelevant. But in reality, it is an important statement about technique, which seems to be the real gap between the gods and Goku and Vegeta right now. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. And don't forget to subscribe in case I make more content you'd be interested in. Remember, if you want good things to happen to you in your life, you have to be good.